Hi, I'm Diane J. Dominguez Moonface, and I am with NIK Magazine, and I am a writer-journalist, and I'm here to interview singer-songwriter Angela Lazon.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great.
Very good. Well, I have questions to ask you because we're all curious. We're interested to know. So my first question is, when did you first started singing, and how did you get started on your career?
I first started singing when I was a troubled teenager.
Okay.
I had a counselor who he noticed me dancing, and he asked me if I could sing as good as I could dance.
Okay.
And I said I hadn't really thought about it. So he immediately pulls me over to the piano and tries to get me to sing, and I was terrified. So it took a while for people to convince me that I could sing.
Okay. Besides your singing career, what other things have you done in the past?
I was a dog groomer.
Okay.
And a pizza delivery person. I did some landscaping and stuff like that. I really enjoy that because I love gardening.
I do too. I love plants. Okay. Alrighty. What was the first song you wrote, and what was it about?
The first song I wrote, I was hanging out with Slaughter a lot, the group Slaughter.
Okay.
And at the time, people were telling me that I kind of sounded like Mark Slaughter a little bit. So I wrote a song called Friday Night, and I was more of a rock singer at the time, of course, because, you know, hair bands were a heavy influence for me. So, yeah, it was about a song for girls going out at night and owning the club and owning themselves and feeling good, you know. And I never recorded it until recently, and it's out now, but it's more of a pop song.
Oh, okay.
So I'm more of a pop singer now.
Oh, okay. Are any of your songs related to your life experiences? And so, what were you going through the period of time, and can you share your thoughts and feelings with us?
Yeah, most of my songs are based on my own life experience, my own feelings, my own things I'm going through. If I was looking for love, then I'm writing about looking for love. If I was looking for some sort of redemption through love, then yeah, it was because I was going through that. I only have a couple of songs that were written for other people and their love, but they were still relatable to me in just the fact that I'm a human being and I go through it too, you know.
Okay. Alrighty, that sounds good. When and where was your first performance, and what was that like?
My very, very first technical, I sang at the Gray Moose in Utah for a birthday party. It's a bar type place, and then the first really big place I sang, like a big deal, was at Caesar's Palace, Christmas Eve, and my mother was there, and about 150 people.
Wow, that's a large amount.
I was terrified. But it turned out really cool and magical, and it was a pivotal moment for me because I realized at that moment I really did want to do this. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad you did, because I love your music.
Thank you.
That's good. You're welcome. Okay. What did your family and friends do to encourage you to become a singer?
A lot of my friends, well, my best friend at the time, she kept pushing me and forcing me to sing in malls and stuff like that. But she is the one who got me to sing at that at the Gray Moose and at Caesar's Palace. But all of my children wanted me to do it. But my one son, he tried to discourage me. Actually, he didn't want me to get hurt through it, you know, and he didn't want me to feel like a failure because he was saying, well, Mom, you're kind of too old and you're kind of overweight, you know, and you're Native American, they're never going to want to, you know, listen to a Native American, you know, on a pop song or something, you know, that just to them, you're not Britney Spears or, you know. And for some reason that sparked me to prove it wrong, you know. And so I did. It was like the firecracker under my butt.
Well, I'm glad that you are doing what you're doing. My next question is, who else in your family sings or is a performer, and have you collaborated? And if so, whom and how is that like?
I have 4 children, and all of them are in the music industry. My daughter sings, and 2 of my sons rap, and then my oldest son is a native flutist. And then with my son, Evan, who's a rapper, he and I collaborated on a couple of songs together, and we performed at the House of Blues, which was a huge goal of mine to perform there.
Oh, very nice.
And so it was very cool because we kept looking at each other like, wow, wow, we're doing this here at the House of Blues together, as well as our own red carpet. We had our own red carpet, and that was amazing too.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's great.
Then also in this household, we're all creative. Everyone here is creative, whether it be music or acting or whatever. Everyone here, like my boyfriend Anders McConaughey, he's an actor, and he who also has tattoos. And
Sounds great. Can we meet
Yeah.
Mr. McConaughey?
Yeah, come on
on
babe.
down, Anders.
Have a seat.
Hi, pleasure to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
Oh, that's great. So you're an actor.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about your career?
I've acted in a couple films, working on a couple right now as well. Soon I'll be playing a vampire in a Sherlock Holmes film called Murder in New Orleans. I was just recently on How to Get Away with Murder.
Love that show.
It was pretty neat being on the show. I'm also working on another one called King of Kill. We've done a trailer. Basically just waiting for shoot dates and script adjustments and things like that. So.
That's awesome. I noticed that you have some tattoos. Can you tell us a little bit about your tattoos?
My tattoos are basically everything that I've created art-wise. Whatever I draw that I absolutely like, I put on me. So basically I'm a walking canvas.
I can kind of relate to that myself.
He's a huge Batman fan. So my favorite one on him is the "Why So Serious" from the Joker. That's my favorite tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
So every time I really get discouraged, I kind of look at it and I think to myself, why so serious? So it kind of helps me get into character more and stuff like that.
That's
so.
good. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you.
And one more question for you. Where can your audience find your work?
You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, IMBD, anywhere on the internet really.
Sounds
So.
good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. McConaughey, Anders McConaughey.
Thank you.
Okay, back to Ms. Lazon. Okay, so my next question for you, Angela, is whom are your musically inspirations and why?
I would have to say my first musical inspiration was Richard Marx. I think I got a lot of my chops from him as a singer and as a writer. Of course, Mark Slaughter, Tony Braxton, Celine Dion, Joan Jett. So there's quite a few because I like their stylings, or sometimes I just like the way they write or the way they sing, things like that.
Okay. What kind of music do you enjoy listening to?
Oh man, I like so many. I love top 40, no matter what, because there's so many crossover artists that they're pulling things from country, pulling things from R&B, pulling things from, geisha music or native, so top 40 offers everything I love into, one sound or several sounds or whatever. So
That's
it just
interesting.
seems-
Yeah, very good. Have you ever had any embarrassing stage moments? And if so, what was it? I'm very curious about that one.
That's a good question.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. Actually, I think my most embarrassing one was at Caesar's Palace, which was the really big one for me. As far as I was singing, I started out singing, everything was perfect, and then I stopped because I could hear shaking in my voice.
Okay.
And I stopped singing for a second, went a little nervous on the microphone. On the microphone, everyone laughed a little bit, but then I continued on,
Okay.
and I got a standing ovation. So,
Okay.
so silly to stop in the middle of the song. A little nervous.
Well, oh God, hold on. That was, okay. If you could choose an ideal place to perform, what would your dreams come true, and where would that be?
My dream performance location would be the Hollywood Bowl. I've always, I've seen that when I was a kid in cartoons. I saw it in movies, and it just was a grand place, a beautiful place, and it just seems so nostalgic as well, old Hollywood. And so, yeah, I would love to sing there.
Very nice. Who have you opened up for, and who would you love to open up for?
I actually haven't opened up for anyone yet, but I would love to open for Richard Marx. Honestly, that's like my end all.
Well, do you hear Richard Marx?
Yeah.
Angela Long, she wants to open up for you.
Yeah,
so
buddy.
make that happen, buddy. Okay. If you weren't singing, what would you be doing today?
Probably photography and production. I do that anyway,
Okay.
so I love doing it so much. Other than that, I love gardening. I don't know what it is, but I'm a plant freak. I don't know why.
That sounds good. That's interesting. I like that. Yeah. Do you play an instrument, or do you have a band?
I don't really play. I mean, I kind of play piano and barely play guitar, but this is really my instrument, so always trying to practice with this, when I have the time,
It's a very beautiful instrument.
Well, thank you so
Yes.
much, girl.
We love you.